Man Harold Steele, your trusted advisor, and his team of experts help you save money before it's too late. With interest rates starting to rise recently, the door of opportunity to maximize your savings on your mortgage may soon close behind you. Now's the time to refinance while 30-year rates are in the 4s and 15-year rates are in the 3s. Give them a call right now at 713-681-3703 option 1 and save money today. That's 713-681-3703 option 1.
Welcome back to The Good Life, Real Talk, Real Estate, and Finance. This is your host, the Mortgage Man, Harold Ahmad Steele, your trusted advisor in the real estate and mortgage industry. We've been having a great show so far with Karen Stevenson of Allstate Insurance. She's an all-star agent, and she's been giving us some all-star information. Give her a call directly at 281-444-8170. I want to make sure that we get her contact information out there because she's really shared some great information and some great insight with us. And I want to make sure that people have that. Also, you can call into the show and we'll get you connected with her if you have some questions regarding insurance at 713-681-3703. As most of you know, that is also my office number that you can reach me during the week, 713-681-3703. Give us a call if you have any questions about insurance that Karen can answer for you. If you are looking to take part in a refinance revolution, if you are just have any questions about real estate, if you're looking to sell a home, want to take part in our Sell It in 90 Days or It's Free program, I would really, really suggest that people take advantage of that. Sell It in 90 Days or the listing agent does not charge you a commission. That's something we've negotiated on your behalf. We're always looking for ways to try to help our listeners save money. Our goal is to try to improve your life in one way or another through real estate, to either help you use real estate as a tool to make money or save money. Oftentimes, we have opportunities for you to save money on your real estate transactions and with your real estate. So once again, that number 713-681-3703 is my office number and the show number. And Karen's direct number is 281-444-8170. Once again, her direct number is 281-444-8170. She is my favorite Allstate agent. You're going to be in good hands with her. She's going to take great care of you. Also, Karen, give your email address as well in case someone wants to email you.
It's K.I. Stevenson. That's STEPHENSON at allstate.com.
One more time.
K.I. Stevenson at allstate.com.
All right, beautiful. One question that we didn't really get a chance to talk about is deductibles and how they work. Okay. Tell us a little bit about deductibles and how they work and how they affect your overall premium.
Okay, the lower your deductible, the more your premium is going to be. What's in the market right now for homeowners is a 1% all peril deductible and a 2% for wind and hail. Pretty much the deductible is put in place on your policy because small claims, the insurance wants you to take care of that. That would also help to keep your premiums down and prevent you from filing a lot of small frivolous claims. We want the serious claims that come through. That's the one that you want to file.
Gotcha. Now, as far as tagging your auto insurance and your homeowner's insurance together, most places have discounts that
yes,
go for
and
multiple.
we also have that at Allstate. We have the multi-policy discount. If you have your auto with us, along with your home, you will get a 26% discount on your home and a 10% discount on your auto. So it's best to bundle those two items.
So that's a pretty significant discount.
That is a pretty significant discount. We also give you a discount on both your home and your auto for if you have life insurance with us as well.
Really?
So yes. So the more you bundle with Allstate, the more discounts you can have.
Life insurance is also something that people need to look at picking up once they get a home as well. Anyway.
Exactly. And we call that also mortgage protection.
Mortgage protection.
Especially if you're married or even if you're single and you have a family, you want to make sure that if anything happens to you, that you are able to pay off that home, for your family.
Absolutely.
Yes, and so we offer that as well.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of that just because, I see it on the finance side of our industry where a lot of times couples are buying houses. Neither one can fully really afford it by themselves because they're using two incomes to qualify.
Exactly.
And if something were to happen, you want to make sure that other person and the kids can carry on as well.
Exactly.
Karen, I really want to thank you for coming on the show and showing us and sharing with us some great information. You have really shed some light on a few things today. I want to make sure that people have Karen's number. Once again, that's 281-444-8170, 281-444-8170. We got to run. We'll be back next week with another great show. In the meantime, give me a call, 713-681-3703, 713-681-3703. My direct extension is 104. You can call me at any time during the week. Tune in next week to The Good Life, Real Talk, Real Estate and Finance. This is your host, the Mortgage Man, Harold Ahmad Steele. We'll see you next week.
I'm supposed to be playing you a commercial for Comcast Business, but this slow DSL connection I got from the phone company isn't downloading it. Loading. Nothing but that little spinning beach ball. This is embarrassing. Let me just tell you about it. Comcast Business has high-speed internet that's built for business. It's built to run up to 5 times faster than DSL. It's built to grow as your business grows. It's built to give you local, dedicated support, 24/7, 365. And Comcast Business is built for reliability, which would come in handy right now. Oh, here we go. Loading. False alarm. You can't run a business today with technology from yesterday. Business-grade internet from Comcast Business. Built for business.
How does your business use technology? Enter the Comcast Business Technology Contest by April 30th and qualify to win up to $25,000 and a trip to New York City. For details and rules, visit business.comcast.com/I4E or call 800-501-6000.
Restrictions apply. Speed comparison between Comcast 100 megabits per second service and 20 megabits per second DSL downloads only.
Do you need to sell your home fast? The Mortgage Man, Harold Steele, your trusted advisor, has partnered up with the top realtors in Houston to provide a special offer to the listeners of The Good Life. Master listing agents will guarantee to sell your house in 90 days or it's free. You heard it right. They guarantee to sell your house in 90 days or it's absolutely free. So if you need to sell your home fast, call right now, 713-681-3703, option 1. Get your home sold fast. Once again, 713-681-3703, option 1.
KROI Seabrook, Houston. News 92 FM. News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
The traffic report is brought to you by Men's Clinics of America. We cleared the accident at Sam Houston Tollway southbound at South Main Highway 90. I-10 Baytown East Freeway inbound between Lathrop and Lockwood. That is shut down with construction till 6 a.m. Sunday morning. Go to Men's Clinics of America today and have a great night tonight. Men's Clinics of America can do in one day what years of life have taken away. Go to mensclinicsofamerica.com or call 713-588-1416. Mensclinicsofamerica.com. Feel the difference. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared.
Prevent your child's next asthma attack. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor, because even one attack is one too many. Brought to you by the EPA and the Ad Council.
Texas is our home. KROI Seabrook, Houston. News 92 FM. Your station for news, traffic, and weather.
From ABC News, I'm Daria Aldinger. This is the eve of a controversial referendum in Ukraine. Tomorrow, residents on the Crimean Peninsula will vote whether to break off from Ukraine and join Russia. In Moscow, there were protests on both sides of the issue. ABC's Kirat Radi was there.
Dueling protests were held in Moscow today in favor of and against Russia's intervention in Ukraine and the potential annexation of Crimea. They came a day before Crimea is to hold a referendum on independence from Ukraine, and amid reports of Russia escalating its military presence in that country. Some 15,000 people turned out at the pro-intervention rally near Red Square, many marching in red uniforms. The anti-war rally was larger, with protesters carrying Russian and Ukrainian flags and chanting Crimea No. Kirat Vadia, ABC News, Moscow.
Earlier today, Russia vetoed a UN Security Council resolution to condemn the referendum.
The whole world knows did not instigate this crisis, and neither did the citizens of Ukraine. The crisis came with a label, made in Moscow.
U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Samantha Power, who says the U.S. will not recognize the vote. U.S. intelligence officials are now focusing on the pilots in the search for a missing Malaysian airliner. They say the technical maneuvers a plane performed just before it went off radar could only have been done by someone with considerable experience. What they aren't sure about is if someone other than the crew demanded those maneuvers. Police in Malaysia, meanwhile, visited the homes of the pilot and the co-pilot today.
An unmarked vehicle, a white van, came up to the security gates here. It was carrying two officers in plain clothes. They said they were from Malaysia's police headquarters. Just after that, a police car with two officers in uniform came in. They spent over 2 hours here. It's an upscale area. Neighbors say it's a tight-knit community.
ABC's Gloria Riviera in Kuala Lumpur. You're listening to ABC News.
Okay, you ready? I'm gonna let go of the bike now.
Wait, not yet, Dad.
No, just keep pedaling. You've got it.
Don't let go, don't let go.
There are moments in life that cause us to hesitate.
I already did. You're doing it.
Woohoo! I'm doing it.
But once we take action, we're awfully glad we did. Markets are changing, and interest rates are still low. If you're thinking about getting into the real estate market, now may be the time to make your move. Every market's different. Call a Realtor today and visit Realtor.com. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Staples has great deals on everything you need to keep a germ-free office. From latex gloves and antibacterial wipes to steam cleaners and keyboard vacuums. Everything. Sorry. Except germ-free coworkers. Thousands of products added online every day. Text CLEAN to 555-444 and get 15% off your cleaning supply purchase. Staples. Make more happen.
Offer valid in store and at staples.com through 3/15/14. Exclusions may apply. You'll receive one message per text message and data rates may apply. No purchase necessary. See staples.com/SMS for Staples mobile terms and conditions.
Austin's South by Southwest Festival concludes this weekend with an increased police presence. The extra patrols were added after a suspected drunk driver sped down a one-way street early Thursday, plowed into a crowd, and killed two. These people attending the event are fine with the additional cops.
I felt safe because they're like on every corner. Definitely a lot more after the accident.
Police say the suspect accelerated as he approached the crowd. Some students in Northern California facing child pornography charges.
More than a dozen students at several middle schools in and near Brentwood, California, are accused of texting naked photos of classmates. One boy faces sexual assault charges for allegedly blackmailing a female student.
A male involved threatened to use a photo that he acquired of the female victim. He threatened to use that photo if she failed to engage in sexual misconduct with him.
Brentwood Police Sergeant Walter Ogrodnik says it happened in a school bathroom. Parent Tiffany Halm is stunned.
Really that it went so far and that they're doing things like that on.
Deirdre Bryant, ABC News.
Digging for a subway line in Los Angeles' trendy Miracle Mile district has uncovered a treasure trove of prehistoric artifacts. The LA Times says they include mollusks, asphalt, saturated sand dollars, and possibly the mouth of a sea lion. Scientists say the sea creatures date back millions of years to a time when the Pacific Ocean extended several miles inland. This is ABC News.
The opportunities are red hot in the Houston economy. Ask yourself, am I positioned to prosper from the financial boom happening right now? Whether you work from a 1099 or a W-2, each week, Jonyprofit with the Executive Entrepreneur will help you leverage your talent, experience, and connections. Act now. Business-minded people just like you deserve a piece of prosperity from the world's energy capital. Phone lines are open. Dial 713-622-6397. Follow us on your social media platform of choice at EEHOUR or email your questions and comments to online@eehour.com. Now here's your host, Jonyprofit.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with your host, Jonyprofit. We have another exciting show. Unless you just have absolutely nothing to do with your life, you're not trying to make money. We have an exciting show. We have April Day from the Women's Business Enterprise Alliance here in the studio with us today, as well as Michelle Price is joining me from, I don't know, where are you broadcasting from today, Michelle?
And Joyce.
So we got our Joyzy boys. Daniel's here making it possible for you to follow us on EEHOUR.com, where you can also watch the video, and you can follow us on Twitter and all those other neat things that you guys love to sit there and hold up traffic, ticking and tacking at. So anyway, super incredible week as always. I was excited. So I had no intentions of going outside of my man cave this week. You know, it's spring break. It kind of varies depending on what age your kid is. So anyway, it was spring break, so I was hanging out. The next thing I know, I get that phone call like, hey, you want to go to the SWAC tournament, which is a conference down here in the South. And it's a very prestigious, very well-known. So anyway, I say, sure, I'll show up. I want to go see this group, SWV, one of my favorite all-time female groups ever. I'm not a groupie at all, but I have to admit for this group I am. So anyway, I decided I wanted to go to the concert, didn't realize I was going to have to actually watch a game. But anyway, congratulations to PV and TSU. Both of them were able to make it happen last night. I think both boys and girls. So I know it's not a sports show, so I'll move on. The point of the story was I had the opportunity to sit down with the folks from the Toyota Green Initiative. So thanks to Bridget that put all that together and invited me in. Again, I had no intentions of going out of my man cave. Also, Kevin Loader was there as well, so he took me upstairs to gamble with the retired NBA professional. So I was going up and down the elevator all night in Toyota Center. But anyway, just to the point, James Colin was the guy I met last night. He's Vice President of African American Business Strategies for Toyota Motor Sales. He was one of the folks that made it possible for the SWAC to pick up Toyota Green Initiative as a sponsor for the conference, and they're the ones that made it possible for BBD and SWV to show up there. I'm sorry, it was room 5. They were booked over at the rodeo. But anyway, along with him, he brought some really interesting folks to help spread the importance of going green. And I'm trying to go green, but I got one of those big old tanks, and I'm trying to pry my hands away from that big old tank. But the importance of going green and the economics behind it, as social entrepreneurs are starting to find new ways to just really turn the corner on making it financially possible to make it just a cleaner, energy, not as energy intense world to live in. Anyway, I also met with Pandora Thomas this morning. We did an interview back over at the Toyota Center. She is the co-founder of Earthseed LLC. Big howdy doody, and thank you for that interview. We'll be talking soon. And if that wasn't enough, we had Lake Luis. And I said it wrong earlier. I was like, but I got it now. So anyway, Lake is, she has SMB Essentials. She's CEO over there, and she does all this incredible stuff with makeup and just doing it from an organic, healthy perspective. So big shout outs. Thank you very much. I know you guys were exhausted. I forgot, once you slip over 40, staying out till 1 a.m., it doesn't work the same anymore. Nothing works the same anymore. But anyway, April's here. We're going to talk about the conference that's coming up. Michelle's going to share some things with us. Daniel has a call in later on to give you some social entrepreneurial tips or insight on what's going on. And Stephanie's coming up here too. Yeah.
Yes, you.
We're going to have a full studio. It's back to Thanksgiving again. Joel's on the board out there making it happen. So let's go out here and see what's happening with traffic and weather.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
Watch for rain showers on the north side on 16 Outer Loop between North Freeway and Highway 288. Could cause some slick driving conditions. Sam Houston Tollway southbound before the 59 Southwest Freeway have an accident working on the shoulder there, and we cleared the accident on Sam Houston Tollway southbound at South Main Highway 90 in Missouri City. I-10 Baytown East Freeway is shut down inbound between Lathrop and Lockwood. You have to take the Lockwood exit. It's all due to construction. They'll have it all picked up tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Well, we're starting to see more light rain on the radar screens across the area. Good day, everybody. This afternoon, we're going to see some hit-or-miss showers across the Houston and Galveston landscape this afternoon. And through the evening hours, the rain chances will continue to be elevated to about 30 to 40% even this evening. An upper-level disturbance is pushing through the area. By morning, we'll see a frontal boundary moving through Houston on Sunday. So we'll go from the 70s for highs into the upper 60s for the afternoon tomorrow. And then we'll start off Monday, your 3-day forecast here, with a cool note. Numbers in the mid to upper 30s in the suburbs, even near Houston, closer to 40, with daytime highs with the sunshine back, barely getting to 60 degrees. Add a north breeze for Sunday and Monday, and you have all the makings for some chilly weather for a spring break start. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHOU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Life is unpredictable. No one ever plans to get themselves into out-of-control credit card debt, but it happens so often to hardworking Americans as a result of an unexpected, uncontrollable event. A divorce, an accident, an illness, a job loss. Whatever circumstances led to your credit card debt getting out of control, Freedom Debt Relief has the willingness and expertise to help. In fact, after resolving over $2 billion in credit card debt, we're ready to tell you for free how you could resolve your debt in the shortest time possible while saving the most money possible. Call 1-800-400. Is how to get out of it. Discover your options now. For free information, call 1-800-400-9213. Act quickly. This could be life-changing information that's available for free. Call 1-800-400-9213. 1-800-400-9213.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, so welcome back. Man, I am exhausted. I'll say it again. Anyway, so check this out. One thing I failed to mention for my friends that were following on Facebook last night. Stop the rumors. TMZ, get off me. Okay, no. It was just a simple hug between Tatiana Ali and I. I was like, hey, can I get a picture? And all the people worked really hard to make it possible. It's not when I'm on there like with Rebecca Sparrow or something. They're like, what are you doing? Anyway, so no, big shout out to her and thank you very much. She was very instrumental in making it possible for a lot of young men to realize there's more out there, specifically African-American guys. You look on TV and you see a lot of shows, and there was very few shows where you had a doctor and a lawyer and all this other stuff. So between Ashley and Hillary, and rest in peace, Philip Banks, but they made it possible. Seeing her last night for the first time was really incredible. Really just touched my heart a little bit. And then seeing Dale Born. Yeah. Anyway, I have April Day in studio with me today. And April, let me tell you, this is the person you want to know. So if you're a female, that means non-male. Even if you look like a female, I don't know how that works. But the point is, if you're a female and you want to start a business and you want one of the best resources known to mankind, you need to check out the Women's Business Enterprise Alliance. She is the president of this organization. I can tell you this. My friends, especially ones that went through the Goldman Sachs program, I mean, they swear by it. My friends that have not been through the program, they swear by it. And it's always incredible because I'm like, what is this? What is this? And so actually I finally got to meet April, I think last year.
Yes.
I was on a GoPet scooter.
Yes.
Yeah. And we were at the conference expo. And, she did this awesome video for one of the products that we were talking about at the time. And I said, hey, I want to learn more about this organization because through SCORE, I know you're there. At the city, I know you're there. But just to give you an idea of what we're working with, this organization provides vision, leadership, and strategic directions for third-party certification. In other words, if you want to do business with all those folks that say you need certification, this is the organization to help you do that. They oversee the SBA Women's Business Center, a networking, education, and scholarship program. And they allocate budget resources and implement fund development strategies for folks like yourself. So in other words, she goes out there and she says, hey, we need more money to empower women. And they say, anything you say, April, anything you say. So I want to welcome April to the show. I'm very excited. Phyllis brought her in today. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I'm great.
Tell me what's going on out there. What's happening? I mean, I see you moving and shaking. I went to a luncheon, like a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
And I saw you there. So what's going on with the WBEA?
Well, our luncheon was amazing. We're so excited because we were able to bring together some WBEs to really talk about how to move through challenges, how to overcome them, and their goal or their quest to that $50 million revenue.
Gotcha.
And so we're excited because when we think about WBEA, which is Women's Business Enterprise Alliance, we have approximately $8.9 billion in revenue that the WBEs are representing right now.
Wow.
And with that...
Would you say that number one more time?
$8.9 billion.
That they're representing. Keep in mind, the city of Houston's budget is only $2 billion.
Oh,
Put it in perspective.
There is a lot of impact when it comes to certified women business owners.
Wow.
And that's not just what they bring in terms of revenue, but it's also job creation. Right now, we're moving toward 48,000 jobs that have been created as a result of women that are certified, 51% controlled, 51% owned by women. I mean, they're doing big things. And this expo is just another part of it. We put this expo together to, one, create opportunities for women to connect with those corporate entities, those federal entities in terms of procurement jobs. But the other piece is connecting women to other women. So CEO to CEO, and then also some of those budding entrepreneurs. And this expo that we're doing May 28th through the 29th is pretty much, if you think about it, within 48 hours, you will have met over 1,500 individuals in various industries, corporations, and government entities, and they are ready to do business.
Wow. So one of the topics I kept hearing over and over again, and again, kind of, making it a little personal here, but, as the guy that runs the kids around and still runs a company, I can relate to what you're saying when I'm in the group with the ladies.
Yeah.
And so I ask you on the not so much the networking, but the peer factor part of it.
Yeah.
How does that play in?
Well, the peer factor is very important. There was actually a study that American Express did, and they talked about kind of how businesses grow. Yeah. And part of that growth, of course, we know it's access to funding and access to, they talk about capacity. So it's your fiscal, your human capacity, but really it's about connecting and having the opportunity to connect with another CEO to talk about what is going on in your business,
right.
How you made a connection, what your growth plan is very important. You just talked about Goldman Sachs. We advocate for Goldman Sachs because, again, it's another connector point.
Right.
The other piece that we provide is the opportunity to kind of help hone future budding entrepreneurs. We serve as an incubator site. We serve as an internship site for Texas Southern University, University of Houston, and Volunteer Houston. And we do that purposefully. One, to help other women understand what it might be like to open up their own business. And also, of course, WBEA is a 501c3 nonprofit. And we want to also help people understand what is life out there if you want to work in the nonprofit industry. So when we think about connecting, it's connecting youth, it's connecting other business owners with other business owners. And it's also looking at the mentorship.
Right.
So if you are ready to start your business, not quite sure where you want to go, then the expo is also a good way to kind of get your feet wet, walk the floor, touch some people, and really have some opportunities to connect. Once you finish the expo, it doesn't end there because we're all about support, which is why we received the grant from the SBA to open up the Women's Business Center, and they provide free counseling and free training to help you launch your business, to help you get access to capital, and to help you create jobs.
So Daniel put all that out there, and you can get most of this. You can go to EEHOUR.com and watch, or you can pick up the phone right now if you have a call or a question or comment for April at 713-622-6397. Again, if you have a question, you're a female business owner or you're a guy that wants to give your significant other the gift that keeps on giving, get on the phone, give us a call, find out how you can get involved. Again, certification is one thing, but the fact that you can be amongst your peers and have conversations that you can't have with us guys, it's priceless. And believe me, I'm always sitting in the back of the room listening to these conversations, whether it's, dealing with lenders, being the only female in the business. We did a big deal with the oil and gas women, and the things they talked about, it sounds like every other minority group, only with a twist, a lot more passion.
Yes.
A lot more passion.
You brought up something really good. You talked about kind of being the only woman. There are a good number, I would say, between 13%, maybe a little bit more, that are in typically male-dominated industries. Wow. And so who do they connect with? How do you move up that? How do you break that glass ceiling that still exists sometimes within male-dominated industries? My favorite story is from Laura Richardson. She's the CEO of Fraser, and they produce the ambulances that you see going all over Houston. And when I first walked into her office, I thought, wow, this is kind of cozy. And you look on the wall, and it wasn't like my office where I have all this pretty stuff, but it was like maps of the city and, stuff dug up and big drill bits. And I'm thinking, this is pretty cool. And I said, can you take me around for a tour? She walked me through her facility. She knew every piece of metal. She knew what was happening with her company. It was just amazing. It's a generation company, so it was passed on from her family.
Right.
And she's rocking and rolling on her path to 50 million. So the first place we went, she showed me this little small piece of, I guess it's called sheet metal, looked like a piece of paper. And then at the end, I'm walking into an ambulance, and she walked me through the whole process, and it's amazing. And I said, how do you do that? And she said, I do it by my connections, by keeping my eye on the ground on what's happening in the industry, and I do it through innovation. If I only thought that City of Houston would be my only contract, then I'd be out of business.
And I'm telling you, if you ever hear her story, she actually presented as well.
Yes.
It is very powerful, it is very passionate, and it is very real as she climbs to $50 million. Let's run outside real quick and check on traffic and weather and see what's going on. I can see it's foggy. It's not looking. No, I'm going to let the pros do it. Okay, it's raining. I will be right back after these messages.
Houston, 30s in the suburbs by Monday, with highs only at 60 as we start off your work week on Monday. If you're on spring break, enjoy the week. Temperatures should reach the low to mid 70s each day of next week. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHOU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
All right, welcome back. So here's how it plays out. We got a studio that is now at capacity. Fire Marshal, there's no problems here. We got this. We're good. But you can call. Faith gave you the number 713-622-6397. You can check us out at EEHOUR.com. You can watch it live. We are streaming through the power of YouTube until they start making us pay for this stuff. But anyway, it's nothing like being on the beta side of stuff. Anyway, Michelle's in the house. I haven't heard from Michelle today. Your hair looks lovely.
Thank you.
What's going on in Michelle Price's world?
Well, I thought it was really funny this morning. I was carousing on Facebook a little bit while I was creating tweets for Breakthrough Radio on Monday, and I noticed this cartoon with Sylvester that says, "Funny how people treat you like crap, get offended when you finally do the same to them." And what made me kind of laugh out loud is I thought about, from a business perspective, how many times startups, young entrepreneurs don't think about how they treat themselves, how they treat their customers, how they treat, what's going on with their colleagues. And it reminded me how many times it's important for you to really be thinking about, what are you doing to up-level your skills? What are you thinking about? How's that inner game going? Because, we talk about that, the inner and the outer game. It's not sufficient just to be tech savvy and to be able to do really great things. But if you don't have that inner game, you can bring down the whole castle all in one swoop. And I know you talk about that, helping people to understand, the process to procure business. And then April was talking about how important the aspects of business, yet people still insist on flying by the seat of their pants.
They do.
And, to me, that cartoon really encapsulates how do you treat yourself as an entrepreneur.
And we see that all the time with people that go through certification. They get certified, and then they treat the prime and the government and the corporate buyers and procurement people like that. And it's like, you get a lot more with honey because, like you said, they haven't elevated. Yeah, I'll let you continue on that. I just was thinking to myself out loud. Let's go on.
Well, it does become a challenge. And as an entrepreneur for 30 years now, I have to
really
even
32,
keep reminding myself as I go through phases of growth, okay, where was I? Where am I? Where do I need to be?
Yeah.
And not just identifying all those things, but asking myself even smarter questions. What has to happen for me to, and then whatever that next phase is.
So do you challenge yourself?
Ask Daniel.
Is it like it always hurts, kind of like working out?
So what you're really good at physically, I'm really good at mentally.
Yeah, this morning was another one of those. Last night I agreed to do an interview, and I'm thinking, what did I just commit myself to? And it was the same thing. I was up all night trying to figure out, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up.
Well, if you're going to program your brain, how about programming it this way? Do really well, do really well.
See, and that's where we differ. That's why we work on this show. Because I've always been hey, you know what? Plan for the worst, hope for the best. And I'll get around to it, But I always have someone like you on the team to help me stay grounded, because otherwise you're like, he's so mad all the time. And I'm not. So I want to say Stephanie Coleman has joined in from Trade Magazine. She's the publisher and founder. We met up last night at the events, the soiree, and we started talking. And again, April, have you met? Have you? person to meet. Okay, this is all about connecting. The whole thing is like the forum.
Connecting women.
Yeah. I got a whole bunch of them you need to meet, and I'm telling you. But tell us a little bit about yourself, Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Coleman. So excited to be here with Trey Magazine.
I can tell.
Founded in 2010. It kind of came out of that need. I was from Houston, left for 20 years. Said, well, how do I connect? How do I find people? Then I realized there were all these wonderful groups and organizations in Houston so spread out that it's almost impossible to find the circle unless you're in the circle. Right. And
That's
since
true.
then, as we started to tell stories of this everyday excellence, these entrepreneurs, we've collaborated with so many groups. So from social media with Grass is Greener to wellness with Paul Queen, there's just so many groups. And I'm excited to be here, excited to tell these stories, and really excited to attend your event.
Yeah,
that's really exciting.
The way it plays out is she has a magazine, successful one, and I have a radio show.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people. And you have a radio show.
Absolutely.
So
and you were there last year. Are you bringing GoPed? Because
yeah, I will. Hey, yes. Thank you. I got just 4 with your name written all over it.
Wonderful.
But just real quick before we go to break, I want to catch Shay, who's on the line right here. If Joel, you'll bring her in. Let's say hello, Shay.
Hey guys, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Man, this is a very exciting show, and I had to call in. I'm usually in the studio, but
here.
I'm all about women connecting, about women entrepreneurs being very successful. So I'm looking forward to the event. April, if you can remind us about those specific dates that are going to happen in May.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Absolutely. May 28th through May 29th. It's actually May 28th is the opening reception. So that's an evening event at the Hilton Americas. And then May 29th is the actual expo. It starts with the ribbon cutting at 8:30. That will be held at George R. Brown. And then we take a break for our awards luncheon, which you don't want to miss. It's just an amazing opportunity for everyone. We've got a couple of surprises in store. We have the workshop sessions that also will take place for the expo on the 29th, as well as opportunities to have one-on-one business matchmaking with your larger WBEs, your primes, and your corporates. And then we round the day out with the afternoon part of the exhibit hall.
So bring the comfortable shoes.
Bring the comfortable shoes.
I didn't do that last night.
So that's the lesson that you learned.
Yeah, shoes that make noise hurt my feet. That's the lesson I learned.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't wear heels.
Hey, and there's that music. We're going to run out to break and find out what's going on with traffic and weather as your favorite comedian, April Day, is sitting in studio with us today on News 92 FM.
Hi, folks. This is Alan Thicke, and as one of those TV dads, I had to teach the kids about handling money, so here goes. Rule number 1, don't mess with the IRS. They're cracking down this year. They can garnish your paycheck, levy your bank account, even your home or business could be up for grabs over unpaid taxes. It's all true. But it's also true that they're offering a new way out. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative, an important government program for tax debt forgiveness. It's one of the big breaks the IRS has ever offered, so now's the time. You can qualify for a tax settlement that's 75% lower than before these recent changes. The experts at Optima Tax Relief will work to get you the best deal possible. Don't mess with the IRS. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-3585. 800-343-3585. 800-343-3585. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
We cleared all our problems around the Houston area. The vehicle at Sam Houston Tollway westbound Telephone Road has been cleared, as well as the accident Sam Houston Tollway southbound 459 South Freeway. Watch for rain showers on the north side, 610 outer loop between North Freeway Highway 280 could cause some slick driving conditions. Construction I-10 Baytown East Freeway inbound between Lathrop and Lockwood. Freeway shut down here with the construction. You have to take the Lockwood exit. They'll pick it up 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Well, we're starting to see more light rain on the radar screens across the area. Good day, everybody. This afternoon, we're going to see some hit or miss showers across the Houston and Galveston landscape this afternoon. And through the evening hours, the rain chances will continue to be elevated to about 30 to 40% even this evening. An upper level disturbance is pushing through the area. By morning, we'll see a frontal boundary moving through Houston on Sunday. So we'll go from the 70s for highs into the upper 60s for the afternoon tomorrow. Then we'll start off Monday, your 3-day forecast here, with a cool note. Numbers in the mid to upper 30s in the suburbs, even near Houston, closer to 40, with daytime highs with the sunshine back, barely getting to 60 degrees. Add a north breeze for Sunday and Monday, and you have all the makings for some chilly weather for a spring break start. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHOU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
Be honest. Will owning a bigger TV help you get ahead in life? Will another pair of shoes make you a better person? Probably not. But what if you could speak another language? If acquiring a new language excites you more than acquiring more stuff, then wait until you hear this. As part of its biggest language learning event in history, Rosetta Stone is giving away demos of its powerful language learning software absolutely free. For your free demo, call 1-800-644-4945. And Rosetta Stone has made language learning more convenient than ever. Learn on your computer or iPad, then practice on the go with your smartphone or MP3 player without ever opening a book or memorizing boring vocabulary again. Do you want more stuff, or do you want a language that will last a lifetime? After all, it's all about priorities. To try a free demo of this powerful language learning software, call 1-800-644-4945. Again, get your free demo now. 1-800-644-4945. That's 1-800-644-4945.
I'm Karen Christie, and low T is not your fault, but it may be your problem. Go to mensclinicofamerica.com and check it out. It's all men, professionals who make you feel confident and comfortable. Call now, schedule an appointment, and then keep it. Yes, guys, I know how you are about skipping appointments, so come on, keep your appointment. Make yourself happier and healthier. Call 713-588-1416. 713-588-1416.
Welcome back to the Executive Entrepreneur Hour with Jonyprofit. Remember, you can watch and listen to our show at www.eehour.com. Call 713-622-6397. Again, that's 713-622-6397 to join in. Now back to our program.
Seriously, this show moves so fast that I sometimes lose track of just, what's going on. Anyway, one thing I would be remiss if I didn't do was once again announce that the Toyota welcomes the 2014 SWAC Basketball Championship to the Toyota Center with a 3-day celebration that includes celebrity appearances and lifestyle workshops. Just more to the point, to usher the 2014 Toyota SWAC Basketball Tournament, Toyota will be hosting multiple celebrity events along with hosting the African American community. We'll get to that. Anyway, Toyota will be bringing the TGI, which is the Toyota Green Initiative over there. So if you haven't gotten a chance, go out there. The championship games are going on now. They were nice enough to invite me back over and let me eat free popcorn and all that other stuff. So I do want you to go check it out because, again, to have those HBUs out there and people not supporting them, I really wanted to see a sellout crowd last night, but it wasn't, and I walked 18 blocks over the other direction or jump on the train, and there's 3 million people sitting there on a Ferris wheel, which I love the rodeo. I love the rodeo, okay? But we got to support all venues because that's how we make this a great city. That's how we get things like the Olympics and the Super Bowl and all that is by supporting everyone. So with that said, I want to get back to what you were talking about, but Paul mentioned something very important to me. His name is Paul Queen with paulqueen.org. He's a wellness consultant. For the longest, I've pursued all the different companies in town saying, hey, bring some wellness to the show, because the one thing I've noticed, the wealthier woman gets, the skinnier she gets. The wealthier a man gets, the fatter he gets. Okay? And so it is just the most amazing thing to sit up there with everybody and they're hiding behind titles and they're talking, and I'm thinking, dude, really? You can't hide that behind a Lexus. You can't hide that behind a Range Rover.
Right.
And so unfortunately, if I show up to the WBEA, I'm happy to wear the tightest shirt I can find because I hang around people like Paul. And so for Jade Gold, Jade, if you're out there and you're getting ready for that shredder, best of luck, dear. I'll see you at the gym. We're talking 40 plus, and she's going in there and she's making it happen. It's a commitment of lifestyle. Right. So I wanted you to touch on it because I appreciate anybody that's willing to keep somebody alive long enough to enjoy their money.
Right. Well, first, thanks for having me. Definitely. And I'm sitting here. I'm honored to be here because as a business owner, I'm in the right place. So I hope, April, if I show up at a couple of workshops, you don't turn me away because I'm a male.
Absolutely not.
Dude. Hey, dude, don't wear a tight shirt, okay? That's my job. But hey, I want to come back to you. I had Jeff on hold for a long time. Jeff is our social entrepreneur, super reporter / advocate in the field, and I want him to jump on real quick and tell us what's going on in and about the area. Jeff, are you with me, buddy?
I'm with you, thank you, and that's a very nice introduction. I wanted to mention two things that are happening this week. One is at the Leonel Castillo Center on March 19th, Bayou Microfund, which is a local microfund that supports small businesses, is announcing their first complete funding, as well as the second company that they're going to fund. It's a great opportunity to network with social entrepreneurs. It's a great opportunity to meet local Houston businesses and to understand kind of what's happening at that grassroots level. And the other thing that I wanted to mention that's happening is there's a group called Village Capital that's expanding into Houston that wants to work with green energy startups. So if you have an idea or if you're working with folks in and around green energy and sustainability, this is a really good group of socially minded entrepreneurs that has a global footprint. And if you just Google Village Capital, I think it's vilcap.com, you can learn a little bit more.
And we always want to know how to stay in touch and follow you and tweet you and all that. How do they get a hold of you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm at FileUnderJeff on Twitter.
And Daniel, you got all that good information? So you can go to EEHOUR, check it out on the Twitter feed, and Daniel will have it pushed up there. And Jeff, I look forward to a lot more of these, buddy.
Hey, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, so just back to the thing. What's the one piece of advice you could give for male or female? Is it not eating after 6? Is it running backwards? I don't know. What's the one piece of eating sugar, carb-free? What's the one piece of information you could give for somebody that's up all day, up all night, stressed out, got bills to pay, got no support from any of their friends because they're like, dude, why don't you just quit and just get a job? You got all these different factors, so you get all that stress thing. What's the one, just that one, we're in the elevator, what would you tell me?
I would tell a person to change the thought life.
Wow.
Thought life towards exercise and nutrition. We kind of work inversely, and we want the physical. We want to see all of the physical production as it goes inward,
right.
But it starts from a thought, and then it moves outward. So renewing that thought life towards exercise, understanding what nutrition is.
Yeah.
It's simply that. Emotion can't play a part.
Yeah.
In nutrition, taste can't play a part in nutrition.
Hey, what's that face for, April? Hold on.
So increase your eating 5 to 7 times.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, because most people, they think lose weight, eat less.
I eat once a day.
Oh man, it's
I know.
Horrible.
I sleep 2 hours a night.
Horrible. Just think when we first started breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
It's like, so you have energy levels early in the morning once you eat that breakfast, and then you start going on that downward slope, and then come around lunchtime and you perk back up again.
Okay, so give me this. Give me, what's the one thing you would tell someone that's stuck eating at expos, conferences, all week long, every day? You got the salad or the fish and the beef and how do you get around that? What, do you got to get a shake or something? What?
You got to know your body.
Okay.
So you got to know what your body needs. The body has certain deficiencies. Me, for instance, I have a high potassium. So as far as I tailor my diet around the potassium, it's the same way that you supplement. Wow. So if your body's needing the protein, utilize the protein. Carbs are good. If you have an issue with diabetes, front load the carbs.
Wow.
Meaning eat them early and be able to utilize them as energy as opposed to later on when that metabolism.
How do they get a hold of you? Because you're the accounting system for the human body. Yes.
It is paulqueen.org, PAULQUEEN.org. And Twitter at Quality Wellness, and Facebook is at Quality Wellness as well.
Okay, so we're just 11, we're a couple minutes past the hour. So do we got to go out? Yeah, we're going to go out. All right, let's go outside real quick to see if you're bumping into each other or you're staying in your lane.
You can't worry about taste.
Taste.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
This traffic update is brought to you by the Houston Symphony. Watch for the accident. US 59 southbound at 610 West Loop, blocking 2 left lanes. I-10 Baytown East Freeway inbound between Lathrop and Lockwood. That's closed with construction. This Friday and Saturday and Sunday in Jones Hall, the Houston Symphony and the Houston Symphony Chorus perform one of the most magical works ever written, Beethoven's Mass in C, one of the greatest composers of all time, performed by one of the greatest symphonies in the world. For tickets, HoustonSymphony.org. Terry Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic. We cleared all our problems around the Houston area. The stalled vehicle is Sam Houston Tollway.
Ready or not, some more weather changes are coming in our direction. They start in the form of some light rain or drizzle through the afternoon hours. We'll see that light rain continue again tonight. Temperatures will go from the steamy 70s, though, into the 60s, mid to upper 60s on Sunday afternoon, all thanks to another cold front. That cold front brings some very breezy conditions to Houston. North winds will be pushing up to 20, perhaps gusting up to 25 miles per hour on Sunday. And those cold breezes will bring the temperatures down to almost 40 degrees here in Metro Houston, 30s in the suburbs by Monday, with highs only at 60 as we start off your work week on Monday. If you're on spring break, enjoy the week. Temperatures should reach the low to mid 70s each day of next week. Weather updated around the clock on News 92 FM. I'm KHOU 11 News meteorologist Mario Gomez.
When can you get great internet speed at a great price? Right now with Xfinity from Comcast. For a limited time, you can get Xfinity Internet, TV, and voice for $19.99 each a month for 6 months when you bundle 2 or all 3. Xfinity Internet delivers the fastest in-home Wi-Fi and consistently reliable speeds. Plus, with Xfinity On Demand, you can watch thousands of your favorite TV shows, movies, and more. Anytime, anywhere, at no additional cost. Call 1-800-XFINITY to switch to Xfinity Internet, TV, and voice for only $19.99 each a month for 6 months when you bundle 2 or all 3. Plus, get HBO for just $5 more a month for 6 months and a free self-install kit when you choose.
Busy. He's really making us... He's making us popular all over the internet. Okay, so last thing on the stress part. What's your advice for stress? I get the mind thing. But I'm sitting here in a meeting and I want to come across the desk at the person across from me, and I can't woo-saw fast enough. And I know I'm just dropping cortisone and stuff in the system, and I can just feel the koozie building around my six-pack, imaginary six-pack. Where does the mindset stuff start?
Breathing with stress. Your breathing controls your heart rate.
All right, everybody, we can breathe.
It's a woosah. I read somewhere where a calm and undisturbed heart is health to the body. And so by keeping whatever's causing, whatever conduit that stress is coming through, chop it off.
Michelle, you gave that look like.
Well, I've been doing breathing techniques for years, but I learned a new one this past week at South by.
Yeah.
And it made a huge difference. I finally, and the thing that made it easy for me to finally get was when they said, you know how, oh crap, now I can't think of his name. The guy on Star Trek, the father, what's his name?
The father. Who's the father?
Darth Vader.
Thank you.
Okay.
Star Wars, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry,
Got my stars mixed up. God, now all my nerd friends are going to kill me. But anyway, when you stop and think about how Darth Vader breath goes like up to the back of the head. So it's like it's not enough to breathe from your gut, but you have to also make sure you bring it all the way from the back of your head, then through your nose.
Some of that Bikram breathing.
All of a sudden, I got a totally different level of feeling.
Yeah.
Energy around me.
Oh boy.
I was able to like walk all over the place.
Like
in
walk on
Austin.
fire. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It makes a difference.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to breathe.
Oxygen to the central nervous system.
It does make sense when they say calm down.
Right, exactly. And so it brings it there, and it allows your kinetic chain, which are the movements of your body, Yeah. It allows for them to work and function properly.
Okay, so that piece of information was free. Tell them how to get a hold of you once again.
PaulQueen.org.
Okay, so you go to PaulQueen.org. Now we're going to go over to DanielKing.com. Daniel, what's going on out there, buddy?
Hey, plenty of things. So I'm gonna do minor soapbox things and a little bit of news smattering really quickly. So,
Jump on it.
I'm gonna get on the soapbox first. So, John, you always talk about the difficulty with services and kind of moving from one client to the next whenever you're in a consulting business or you're in a service business. So the last few weeks, especially since we had Rainice Edwards in the studio, I've been really kind of trying to step up my game and look at larger consolidated accounts as opposed to more and more and more accounts looking at fewer and fewer accounts, which maybe Paul would have something to say about, add less, right? Make it less, not more. Because there's no reason that you need another reason that you're going to have to take a deep breath so that you can calm down that day. Because I don't even have kids, but I have plenty of reasons to take a deep breath. So the way I see it is I think most of us do, and especially entrepreneurs do. So I've been moving toward a more scalable sort of business model. And on that note, I'm thinking of it as you would put it from like an owner perspective.
Yeah.
So what are the things you can actually collect and own? So in fact, we have Dexter over in the other room here.
Dexter.
And we've put together a media site in Houston, just something else. It's called Houston Business Weekly, and you can visit houstonbusinessweekly.com. And the point of the site is essentially to cover Houston business exclusively as a homegrown resource, because oddly enough, we really don't have as many homegrown resources as we should in Houston covering the news on the ground, ranging from startup to technology to oil and gas. Right. We have some people who cover tech. We have some people who cover oil and gas. We have some people who cover Houston business that aren't based in Houston. We don't have a homegrown Houston resource that just exclusively covers Houston business.
That's true.
I mean, even our general newspapers cover more than business itself. So you can find out about startups, nonprofit, government, Houston businesses in general. We're going to do some like people on the street kind of things going on and come out with some really good features. And the other thing that's going on with me is going into all those bids that Rainice was telling us about. I mean, there's millions and billions. You know it.
Yeah.
I mean, so I love that we get to come to the studio every week and talk more about that. I mean, last week we were talking about multi-million-dollar bids. Now we're talking about scaling $50 million businesses with WBEA. It's exciting. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks.
Well, you're busy.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't answer last night.
Yeah. Yeah, John caught me in the middle of my nap.
Dude, come on. We got like a priceless interview in the morning.
What's going on? I'm already here.
No.
So anyway, let's run outside on this last break to see what's going on with traffic and weather. When we come back, we're going to wrap up the show, and we're going to tell you what you need to be attending over the next 30 to 40 days.
News 92 FM. Weekend traffic.
Reports of rain around the Houston area causing some slick driving conditions in the Galleria area. Accident US 59 southbound at 610 West Loop, taking up to 2 left lanes there. I-10 Baytown East Freeway inbound between Lathrop and Lockwood. Freeway shut down with construction. You have to take the Lockwood exit. And 290 Northwest Freeway inbound before Bauer. That freeway is closed with construction. They'll pick it up sometime around 6 a.m. Monday morning. Watch for delays in that area. Gary Rice, News 92 FM, 24-hour traffic.
Good day, everybody. Looks like your extended weather forecast will start off with lots of clouds and a good threat of rainfall later today and tonight, particularly around the Houston metro area and down in Galveston. The front will drift through by Sunday, bringing our temperatures from the mid to low 70s today down into the 60s by tomorrow afternoon, mid to upper 60s. Then it gets really cool. A frontal boundary clears the way for some very chilly weather Monday morning. We could be down into the upper 30s in the suburbs, near 40 here in town, and a high of only 60 degrees with breezy conditions continuing Sunday and into Monday. By Tuesday, wind flow goes back to the south. Temperatures hovering.
I'm Darren.